everybody, this is Tracy here for another edition of A View from Tracy's Point, and we are here to do a View from Tracy's Point short. Remember, I started that yesterday, and if you didn't see the first video, I was talking about this Facebook post where a guy said that he took a girl out on a date for the first time. It was their first date. He'd never met her kids or anything, and she wanted to know after they had eaten their meal if she could order to-go meals for her kids. And I was asking in that video if that is okay. And is that something new? So I'll put the link below. But in this shorts, we are talking about Ciara, the singer, dancer, and wife of Russell Wilson, and how people are coming for her because she posted a 1-minute clip of a video from Pastor John Gray where he was talking about, and actually I think the title of the video had something to do with the Proverbs 31 woman. And you know how women love to quote Proverbs 31 when they know they're not a Proverbs 31 woman. And they're not even willing to think about doing what it takes to be a Proverbs 31 woman. So she posted this 1-minute clip from that sermon, and she put in underneath it, or in the comment section on Twitter, #level-up. Now that was all she wrote. People went ballistic, and they started saying that, you know, she is wrong for trying to tell women that they got to change who they are to be with a man, and that when a preacher's going to start talking to men about their behavior and what they need to do to be a good husband. And I'm sure that most of the people that was in the comments were feminists, who we seem to have this whole feminist movement going on that I thought feminism was about empowering women, but today's feminist movement is about hating men and doing whatever they can do to tear down men and say that men ain't crap and all this stuff. So they're mad at Ciara because Ciara, you know, left Future, which was holding her down. It wasn't a good look for her. And she found a man that cherishes her and loves her and wants to provide her with everything that she wants. And they're saying that she's sending the wrong message by teaching girls that they have to conform, you know, to this standard, and the standard is sexist and it's unfair and all this other stuff. And I was just like, are y'all serious right now? All that from #level up. Y'all got all this commentary from that. And so then Future, for some reason, decided that, oh, well, they kicking Ciara, so let me go and slap her in the head while I'm at it. But it kind of backfired on him, because then women was telling him that, yeah, she leveled up for real because she got with a hero and left your butt, which is a 0. Didn't work out too well for Future. So before deciding to do this video, I researched the actual sermon that Pastor John Gray had done. And if you guys don't know who Pastor John Gray is, he's a black pastor, probably in his 30s or 40s. And I first learned about him when they did that show on Fox last summer called The Preachers. It might not have been last summer. It might have been 2016. You know, 2017 has been a total blur to me, and I keep referencing stuff that happened in 2016 as though 2016 just ended. But I think The Preachers was the summer of 2016 on Fox, and it was Pastor Jamal Bryan, Pastor John Gray, Pastor Oric, can't think of Oric's last name, and there was one other pastor. So it was 4 preachers, and they did this talk show. So after I was introduced to John Gray, I learned that he's actually an associate pastor at Lakewood Church in Houston, the one that y'all got mad about because they wouldn't open the doors during the Hurricane Harvey situation. And then also he was picked up by the OWN network to do his own reality show on OWN, which was called The Book of Gray or The Book of John or something like that. And it was a cute little show. Not sure if it's going to come back for another season because people don't seem to like good, wholesome television anymore. The more ratchet, the more successful that you are. So anyway, I found the video. I didn't find the full sermon. I did find a 4-minute clip, and I'm going to play that for you in a second, but the reason I just played the 4-minute clip was because one of the main concerns was that he wasn't calling out guys for their behavior and telling them what to do as a husband. But the first part of the 4-minute clip, he actually is talking about men, and then he gets into the part about the women, and you know, women need to level up and get their act together. So let's go ahead and watch that.
For any men that might be sneaking in on the women's conference on Daystar, you're listening. If you want a wife, ask the Lord to close the place of your flesh. The prerequisite to getting a wife is having your flesh closed. The other side for any of my single sisters is, God, what is about, where, Lord, where am I going to be found, Jesus? I've been in here worshiping you, perfect in all of your ways, but I'm still single. Here's what the scripture says. He that finds a wife finds a good thing. It didn't say he that finds a girl that he's attracted to, who he then begins to date, who he then calls his girlfriend, who he then buys a ring, proposes, and makes her his fiance, who he then marries later, who becomes his wife. You're not a wife when I marry you, you're a wife when I find you. You become my wife when I marry you. But a wife is not the presence of a ring, it's the presence of your character. Too many women want to be married, but you're walking in the spirit of girlfriend. Ask the Lord to deliver you from that spirit and carry yourself like you're already taken. And I promise you, when you carry yourself like a wife, a husband will find you. But if you keep walking like a girlfriend, boys will play with you. 1 Kings 17. God created you to perpetuate his plan. While Adam was asleep, God was forming this beautiful creature, Eve, the mother of all living. And Adam woke up and saw her and said, this is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she came from man. Wombed man. She's not a different species. She's a man with a womb. She can do what I can't do on my own. She is me in exponential form. What I give her in concentrated form, she can multiply. The power of a woman is the power of multiplication. If I give you groceries, you make it dinner. I give you a house, you make it a home. I give you a seed, you give me a son. This is the power of femininity. Don't you ever discount the power that God has given you. You are creative and didactic and absolutely essential to the plan of God. You are phenomenal, sitting there in this premium chair there, watching on Daystar Network with your anointed, gifted self. And then the enemy lied to you this morning when you woke up and you were sitting in the mirror and you put on all this makeup and all of this stuff because somebody lied to you and told you you weren't pretty as is. Stop sitting in the mirror for 2 hours trying to fix what was never broken. You're beautiful because God made you that way. Stop hiding your scars. Your scars are your testimony. Some of my single sisters, you're trying to figure out why you're single. He's looking for somebody that's the actual you, not the projected you. Take some of that stuff off. I promise you, not only will he find you, but you'll find yourself. Because you are beautiful. God created you that way. Some of y'all like, I would, amen, but I just bought some makeup at MAC, so I'll shout on that one in about a week. I just got my hair done. Just got my hair done, Jesus. Can't even scratch it, Jesus. Some of my white sisters like, what is that? I don't understand. I don't understand. Ask a sister. They tell you they can't scratch it once they get it done. They sleep standing up. They for 2 weeks.
So we're definitely dealing in different times where many women see dating and marriage as a bad thing and want to condemn women who still want to be courted and have a traditional relationship. And for some reason, it seems that some can't buy into the notion that a woman wanting to elevate herself to attract a better suitor does not have to diminish who she is as an individual. And I'm thinking that if you out there in the club every night walking around half naked, you got 5, 6 kids from 5 or 6 different guys, then I guess in today's society that is okay. And if that's the way you want to live, that's the way you want to live. But you can't continue to live that way and think that you're going to attract a guy who's educated, who has a good job, who just has different values in life. And I just think it's crazy to think that nobody has to change in order to have a strong foundation and a strong relationship. And I think the high divorce rate that we have right now is indicative to this notion that you come as you are and you come as you are and we just gonna be how we are. And it's crazy. It's crazy. You got to build together. People have to change. People have to grow into their relationships. And you just 2 headstrong people trying to form a union is never going to work. And if you think about it, have you ever seen a company that has 2 CEOs? Like, you always have one CEO. You always have one leader. Now, you may have a co-chair, you may have a vice president, but you only have one president, one CEO. And the whole construct of marriage is that there is a head of the marriage, and that head of the marriage is the man, and the man is supposed to be the provider. The woman is supposed to be the helpmate. And I understand that people don't believe in that anymore, but don't bash somebody who does believe in that. And I think that everybody has the right to live the life that they want to live, but social media just gives people the opportunity to come for people that they don't know their situation, and most importantly, they don't bother to research and get the information that they need in order to have a constructive conversation with somebody. And I also was struck by the number of effeminate gay men who are chiming in on the debate and condemning Ciara, for her perceived views. And I was just like, well, what is that all about? Like, why is the gay men coming for the single women who want to be in this happy, loving relationship when the gay people are the ones that was fighting for the right to be married? So that was kind of like really confusing to me also. So, of course, this only hardened the convictions of people who wanted to be outraged, because I think people who are outraged just want to be dang on outraged. So all I know is Ciara seems to be in a much happier place, and why would that anger me or anybody else that she's happy and she's in love? And then someone pointed out that women are always supporting seminars about relationships and dating and how to attract the perfect mate. And then y'all made Steve Harvey millions of dollars off of that book, Act Like a Woman, Think Like a Man. Went on and he made a few more coins when he did the movie. And I think that was even a part 2 of the movie, or supposed to be a part 2 of the movie. So obviously there's a significantly great number of women looking for advice and tips on how to better themselves so that they can attract the perfect mate. And I add to that Bravo's new show that I do recaps on called To Rome for Love. And now that is what y'all should be upset about, because here you have 5 black women who have traveled all the way to Rome looking for love, and on the show they are being groomed and led by a relationship expert named Diane Valentine on how to pull the perfect catch. So, like, why y'all not upset and outraged by that show, but you want to jump all down Ciara's throat for pointing out the obvious and basically saying what she didn't even say anything. She just said hashtag level up, and everybody just went on this tangent that level up is what that means. And then I also, when I was doing the research for this video, found out that the term level up was actually used a few years ago. And basically what level up means, I guess, is that you're, bringing yourself up to the next level. Like you're leaving this level behind to move up to the next level, and you're doing what you need to do to improve your business, to improve your life, to improve your social circles, and that we should all be in a mental state where we always want to be better and do better. And what is wrong with, in dating, wanting a better man, a better lifestyle, a better situation, a better, just communication? So I agree with Ciara. We all should be wanting to level up, and level up can be in relationships. It could be in your family life. It could be at work. It could be at school. It could be in your community, but you should always be striving to do better. So I just want to know, what exactly is all the outrage really about? Or is this just another issue where people just want to be upset and have something to talk about because they are leveling down? They had nothing else better to do to spend their time on than to be angry at Ciara. So that's it for me. Join the conversation. Let's talk about it. What's your thoughts on the whole Ciara issue? What does level up mean to you? And do you have a problem with the fact that pastors are out there preaching about relationships and how to be better spouses, better mates to people, and that we should, as women and men, we should want to move from girlfriend, boyfriend status to wife and husband status? So please leave your comments below, rate the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And until the next time, I shall talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.